Honey Boo Boo discloses the heartbreaking circumstance leading to her imminent homelessness. Alana Thompson, widely recognized as Honey Boo Boo from reality television, is currently confronting a significant housing dilemma that has compelled her to seek assistance and share her difficulties on social media. The star of Mama June, Family Crisis, and her boyfriend, Drawlin Carswell, face imminent eviction from their Colorado rental, with less than a week remaining to secure alternative accommodation. Alana recently utilized TikTok and Instagram to express her frustrations and solicit her followers' assistance in locating a new residence. The 18-year-old actress disclosed that she and Drawlin are encountering difficulties in securing approval for their rental applications, with some admirers positing that Drawlin's substantial student loan debt and potential criminal history may be the underlying factors contributing to their renting challenges. Alana's relocation to Denver last summer was intended to signify the commencement of a new chapter. She matriculated at Regis University to pursue neonatal nursing, while Drawlin accompanied her to the Mile High City. Regrettably, events have not unfolded as anticipated. Despite exploring every conceivable option, we are encountering difficulties, Alana expressed, evidently frustrated. The primary concern is Drawlin's student loans. Landlords are rejecting our application because to this factor. She also indicated that her insufficient credit is detrimental to their situation. She has no credit, she stated in the third person, and Drawlin's student loans are exacerbating the situation. Supporters have inundated Alana's social media with recommendations and counsel. Some believe that Alana would be better served by departing from Drawlin and concentrating only on her collegiate experience. Why accompany him at such a tender age? One follower inquired. She might reside in dormitories instead. Others suggested that Drawlin's possible criminal history may be the actual reason for their difficulties in obtaining a rental. Drawlin encountered legal issues earlier this year and entered a plea of not guilty to charges associated with a police pursuit. Concurrently, Alana is experiencing significant strain. I have searched extensively for a location, but nothing has materialized, she stated, imploring her Denver fans for recommendations. She is prepared to commute many hours to school if it ensures locating an appropriate residence. I require an affordable residence, as I still have educational expenses to manage, she added. As Alana rushes against time, her need for assistance underscores the grim realities of her present circumstances. Given her family's past, which adds complexity to her circumstances, it is evident that Honey Boo Boo's existence is far from mundane. It was a humid July morning in Georgia, and the home was already full with cacophony. Mama June was traversing the living room in her plush slippers, a partially consumed donut in one hand and a phone in the other. Alana, where is my dental adhesive? She exclaimed, her voice reverberating through the house like a tornado alarm. Alana, Honey Boo Boo, Thompson was in the kitchen, immersed in a box of cereal, adorned in mismatched socks and her preferred sparkling sweater. How am I to know, Mother? Consider inspecting beneath the couch adjacent to the repository of remotes. Lauren Pumpkin Shannon emerged from the bedroom, her infant cradled on her hip, with evident frustration etched over her visage. Mother, I am unable to manage all these children and your dental issues at this early hour. The infant had just propelled his diaper against the wall, where it adhered. These children are particularly challenging today, June remarked, collapsing into the couch with exaggerated flair. I assure you, you are going to compel me to return to therapy. Or, even more regrettably, onto Sugar Bear's voicemail. At that moment, the front door sprang open forcefully. Josh, Pumpkin's spouse, stood with 3 bags of groceries and an expression of utter despondency. I departed for 20 minutes and returned to find cereal on the ceiling. What is occurring here? Existence, Josh. Alana remarked while executing a cartwheel over a mound of laundry. We are experiencing it. Mama June's partner, Justin, glanced in from the porch. June, my dear, I believe the neighbor's cat has absconded with one of your wigs. Absolutely not. June sprang up, pursuing the cat with a broom in one hand and her pocketbook in the other. Simultaneously, within the residence, the infant was maneuvering towards the unsealed peanut butter jar on the ground, while Alana was instructing the other children on constructing a fort using sofa cushions and discarded pizza boxes. Pumpkin exhaled audibly and directed his gaze towards Josh. Please remind me of the rationale behind our decision to return to my mother's residence. Josh massaged his temples. Our lease expired, and we perceived it as a temporary arrangement, akin to a recreational family bonding experience. Pumpkin chuckled ominously. This is not bonding. This constitutes survival. June re-entered, triumphant, clutching her wig in one hand and a pack of chicken nuggets in the other. I retrieve my hair and lunch. Who claims that Mama June lacks resourcefulness? A sudden, loud crash emanated from the upper floor. Alana! June exclaimed. What did I just perceive? Alana glanced down the staircase, smiling. Do not be concerned, mother. Merely a shelf. Additionally, a lamp may be included. June reclined onto the couch. I require a holiday. A spa located on Mars. Pumpkin collapsed beside her. I require 5 minutes of tranquility and a chill Dr. Pepper. As the camera zoomed out, the entire house was alive with the sounds of children laughing, a dog barking, and a newborn expressing delight. Mama June surveyed her unruly, absurd, boisterous, and tumultuous family. Indeed, she exhaled. These children are quite challenging. However, they are somewhat challenging for me. Nonetheless, it was a brisk autumn evening in Georgia, characterized by an aura of subdued sorrow that enveloped the trees and rested on the porch like a gentle blanket. Within the antiquated farmhouse, Mama June remained quietly seated on the periphery of her daughter Alana's bed. The lamp's illumination placed a golden hue across their faces. Alana, widely recognized as Honey Boo Boo, has finally reached the age of 16. She was no longer the toddler from the pageant that everyone recalled. She had matured, not merely in stature, but in spirit. She was readying herself to depart for a scholarship program in Atlanta, a significant advancement toward her aspirations of becoming a pediatric nurse. However, it was not solely the distance that burdened June's heart. It was the entirety of their shared experiences. Years of substance dependence, rehabilitation, legal proceedings, neglected birthdays, and sensational media coverage. June had severed ties with her family on multiple occasions. She had struggled to reintegrate into their life, persevering through recuperation. And now, just as matters had begun to improve, Alana was departing. Mother, Alana whispered softly, observing the tears accumulating in June's eyes. I will not abandon you. I am only progressing onward. I understand, dear, June murmured, her voice faltering. However, it still evokes a sense of farewell. She extended her hand toward an antiquated, dusty guitar positioned in the corner. It had remained untouched for years, since prior to the turmoil. June sang lullabies to Alana during her childhood, humorous, off-key melodies replete with rhymes and whimsical voices. However, this evening would be distinct. June cleared her voice and commenced strumming. The chords were unstable, her fingers awkward. However, the emotion in her voice was genuine. I did not consistently succeed. I lost my path along the journey. Yet, I perceive it gleaming in your eyes, even during my bleakest days. You matured as I deteriorated, remained resilient while I faltered. Now is your moment, young lady. Pursue the world without hesitation. If I cannot accompany you, allow my affection to guide the path. This is not a farewell. It is merely a melody to accompany you on your journey. Alana's face was streaked with tears. She had never experienced her mother singing in such a raw, vulnerable, and real manner. For once, there was an absence of cameras, reality shows, and crews. A mother and daughter experiencing a moment of introspection. Upon the conclusion of the song, the room fell silent, but for the sound of sniffles. June gently placed the guitar down. I acknowledge that I have not been the mother you warranted, yet I take pride in the lady you have become. No matter the distance, I will always remain here, endeavoring. Alana embraced her mother firmly. I adore you, mother. Regardless of the circumstances. They remained in that embrace for some time, as if attempting to compensate for all the time they had forfeited. The following morning, Alana packed her belongings, bid farewell to her younger sister, and entered the car awaiting outside. June positioned herself on the porch, encircling her arms around her body. As the vehicle departed, she serenaded quietly into the breeze, the identical melody, now solely for the wind's ears. Occasionally, a mother does not bid farewell verbally. She does it vocally. On a sweltering Sunday afternoon in Georgia, Alana, Honey Boo Boo, Thompson had finally freed her hectic schedule for an infrequent weekend visit with her mother, Mama June. Their relationship had been tumultuous in recent years, characterized by addiction, geno, rehabilitation, and heartbreak. Yet recently, there has been a gradual and tentative restoration of trust. June had assured a tranquil, uneventful luncheon. No unexpected attendees. No disorder. Upon arriving at June's unassuming new residence with Lauren Pumpkin accompanying her and a casserole in hand, Alana anticipated nothing beyond chicken salad, iced tea, and perhaps some subtly confrontational dialogue. What she received was Gino, positioned directly on the doorstep. Her jaw fell open. The man who had previously ensnared her mother in a vortex of addiction and instability. The man who had shouted, damaged furniture, and instilled dread for the girl's safety. The man whom June had vowed never to encounter again. "Greetings, Alana," Gino uttered, his tone subdued and uncomfortable, as if he were very aware of his incongruity. Alana became immobile. "What is he doing here, Mama?" she exclaimed, almost losing the dish she was holding. June emerged hastily, her arms flailing, as her artificial eyelashes threatened to dislodge in the humidity. Hold on. Hold on. Do not become very agitated, young lady. I am able to elucidate." Pumpkin advanced, her eyes narrowing like a hawk about to attack. "Please provide a prompt explanation, June. This is not what you indicated will occur today." June averted her gaze, shame evident on her face like poorly applied cosmetics. "He arrived 2 days ago. He stated that he is clean. He expressed a desire to reconcile. I believed he warranted one final opportunity to communicate. That is all." Alana's visage flushed crimson. "Did you consider?" "Mother, you assured me that he would be permanently absent from our life. I arrived here, due to my trust in you." "I understand, dear girl," June remarked gently. "I made an error. However, I refrained from informing you because I anticipated this would be a response. At the age of 10, I concealed myself in my room while you both yelled at one another," Alana exclaimed, tears brimming in her eyes. "You cannot merely assess whether he is transformed. We have already incurred the cost for it." Gino advanced, hands elevated. "I do not hold you accountable for your animosity towards me. I despise myself for my actions. I do not request your forgiveness. I wish to express my apologies. That is all." Alana gazed at him for an extended, silent interval. Subsequently, she directed her attention towards her mother. "Do you wish to reconcile with me? Select an option. Either him or me. I will not return if he remains in your life. Never." June appeared conflicted. Her lip trembled. She parted her lips, then sealed them once again. Ultimately, she acquiesced with a slow nod. "You. I select you." Consistently, June addressed Gino, stating, "You must depart. This matter is concluded." Gino, quiet and unexpectedly composed, nodded. "Farewell, June." As he departed, Alana remained stationary on the gravel driveway, her arms firmly crossed. Rebuilding trust will require a considerable amount of time. Once more, however, this time she recognized her position. That marked the beginning. Nevertheless, the summer sun was descending over the quaint village in Georgia, illuminating Mama June's backyard with a warm radiance. It had been some time since the entire family convened without conflict. Laughter permeated the atmosphere, accompanied by the aroma of barbecue smoke, and June appeared relaxed, sipping her Diet Coke, finally sober and endeavoring to demonstrate her permanent transformation. Alana, sometimes referred to as Honey Boo Boo, was reclining on a deck chair, messaging her best friend, when her sister Lauren, affectionately nicknamed Pumpkin, summoned everyone indoors for a special announcement. You all better not involve me in another TikTok prank video, Alana cautioned jokingly, rolling her eyes as she entered the living room. Mama June, Dodo, Josh, and Jessica crowded into the confined area, intrigued. Pumpkin occupied the center of the room, anxiously manipulating a small white package. Josh positioned himself next to her, his arms securely encircling her waist. Her expression exhibited an unusual amalgamation of elation and apprehension. All right, before anyone begins speculating, no, I am not winning any lottery or participating in Survivor, Pumpkin chuckled. She subsequently retrieved the ultrasound image. The room descended into complete quiet. I am expecting a child. Once more, Jessica's jaw fell open. Mama June's Coke fell from her grasp and splattered into the carpet. Alana blinked forcefully and exclaimed, "Girl, what?" Josh smiled awkwardly. Indeed, a surprise. Astonishment. That constitutes an ambush. June declared, "You already have 4 children here, behaving as if it were a daycare. And now a 5th. Pumpkin elevated her hand. I am aware of your thoughts, but this time it feels appropriate. I am in an improved mental state. Josh and I conversed for several months. This was premeditated." Alana folded her arms. "You failed to inform me? I am your sister. I disclose every information, even when I absent myself from mathematics class." I refrained from mentioning it to avoid tempting fate, Pumpkin remarked, her tone becoming gentler. Considering all we have endured, the substance abuse, the incarcerations, the custody disputes, I merely desired a singular moment of normalcy. Secure. Mother June gazed at her daughter and unexpectedly experienced a surge of pride. Notwithstanding her previous errors, her daughter was now opting for stability and affection. Pumpkin, June spoke deliberately, I will not deceive you. A portion of me desires to succumb to panic. However, are you aware? You have developed into an exceptional mother. You did not evade your responsibilities. You took initiative while I failed to do so. If anyone merits a significant, joyous surprise such as this, it is you. Pumpkin's eyes brimmed with tears. Alana rushed to embrace Mom, and shortly thereafter, the entire family was enveloped in an emotional, chaotic group hug. At that moment, Ella Grace, the eldest of Pumpkin's offspring, entered the room. Mother, may the new infant reside in my chamber? All individuals expressed laughter. Later that evening, when the stars adorned the sky, Alana and Pumpkin occupied the porch swing. Do you believe this child will be spirited like me or composed like Josh? Alana inquired. Lord assist me if it resembles you. Pumpkin chuckled. Regardless of circumstances, they will be cherished. That is the priority at present. For once, among the intricate and protracted narrative of their family, everything seemed perfectly aligned. Greetings, esteemed viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Zara. I hope your day is going well. If you liked the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel.